quality in big cities improving. Vietnam to complete procedures for EVFTA approval. 8 commodity groups with export turnover exceeds $1 billion. Hello and welcome to FBNC News. Thank you for coming back here with us in the program. Now another day, another good news for Vietnam, as no new cases of COVID-19 was recorded as of 8 p.m. today, April 7th. This is the first time that no new cases was reported in Vietnam since the country entering the second phase of the epidemic prevention. In addition, there are another 27 patients that have been cured, bringing the total number of cured patients to 122. Among them, 20 patients are Vietnamese citizens, including 19 adults and 1 child of 9 years old. The remaining 7 patients that have been cured are foreigners. Thus, up to today, nearly 50% of COVID-19 patients in Vietnam have been treated successfully. Yesterday, Prime Minister Nguyen Phuc stressed that the government will continue to discuss solutions to promote the implementation of social distancing measures and asked everyone to pay close attention as we may be entering the second wave of outbreaks. The Prime Minister emphasized that the disease is still in a dangerous stage and may break out at any time. The Prime Minister also reiterated that the social isolation must be strictly enforced, preventing the epidemic from spreading in the community. If this is done well, there will be no infection peak in Vietnam. The government will also have a program to encourage the manufacturing of ventilators and calls for more enterprises to join. According to the General Department of Environment, from March till now, although there were still days that we had exposure to PM 2.5 fine dust, which is exceeding the permissible limits, the air quality in big cities has become better than in January and February. The General Department of Environment said that March was the time of changing seasons in the year with clear changes in weather. The average daily temperature was higher than the previous months, but it was accompanied by humid rainy days. Along with limiting and minimizing production activities and transportation, the air quality in Hanoi capital and some urban centers nationwide have become cleaner. Monitoring results in March 2020 show that the air quality in most urban centers of the country maintained a good level with all typical parameters within the allowed limits. The air quality in urban areas is being monitored by 18 automatic stations located in Hanoi, Việt Trì, Hạ Long, Huế, Nha Trang, and Ho Chi Minh City. In a recent meeting, the Deputy Prime Minister Vũ Đức Đam has directed respective bodies to work together to create maximum favorable conditions to support other countries in bringing their citizens home.
Deputy Prime Minister Vũ Đức Đam has assigned the Ministry of Transport to instruct the Vietnam Aviation Department to inform all allies across the globe about Vietnam creating maximum favorable conditions for carriers to bring their country's citizens home. Entries to Vietnam are still not allowed, except for special circumstances, according to relevant regulations. In addition, Deputy Prime Minister Vũ Đức Đam has also assigned the working group, including members from Ministry of Health, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and Ministry of Transport, to resolve the Ministry of Foreign Affairs proposal to bring 7 Vietnamese citizens who are stranded in Bangkok back home on the earliest freight flights. Endorsing the Ministry of National Defense's opinion, the Deputy Prime Minister has emphasized that Vietnam still keeps the international entry points closed in the southwest border and has assigned the Ministry of Defense to strengthen patrols in the trails, open pathways, continue to restrict and implement quarantine measures on people entering Vietnam. The Deputy Prime Minister has also ordered local authorities to manage and take appropriate measures on people entering Vietnam from Cambodia who have passed the isolation period.
The Standing Committee of the National Assembly has submitted a request to the Prime Minister to assign respective ministries and subsidiaries to closely coordinate with the President's Office and National Assembly agencies to complete the dossier on ratifying the EU-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement (EVFTA).
As the National Assembly has asked the government to prepare and submit procedures for the approval of the EVFTA in its next meeting. Once the National Assembly ratifies EVFTA, Vietnam and the EU complete the notification procedure in accordance with the agreement. The trade deal will officially come into effect 30 days from the date of notification for both the EU and Vietnam. The Vietnam's Ministry of Industry and Trade has been actively coordinating with respective ministries and subsidiaries in implementing procedures to submit for EVFTA approval. Specifically, the Ministry of Industry and Trade has submitted the government's draft dossier to the Prime Minister to carry out the next steps in ratifying the agreement. At the same time, the Vietnamese government has directed the ministries and subsidiaries to proactively review, develop, amend, and supplement legal documents serving the implementation of the EVFTA.
General Department of Customs recently reported that the total export turnover of the whole country from the beginning of the year to March 15th reached $50.3 billion, up 6.8% over the same period in 2019. There are 8 commodity groups with a turnover of $1 billion or more, including aquatic products, wood and wood processing products, textile, footwear, computers, electronic products and components, phones and components, machinery, equipment, tools and spare parts, means of transport and spare parts. With a turnover of nearly $35.5 billion, these 8 groups of goods alone contributed about 70.5% of the total export turnover of the country in the same period. Notably, phones and components is the first group of export products of Vietnam that has achieved a turnover of more than $10 billion. Much like in other countries, in Vietnam, online activities such as conferences, teaching and learning, entertainment have increased significantly because many people are working remotely or staying at home during the COVID-19 crisis. The pandemic has caused internet traffic in Vietnam to double in March. In view of this fact, many solutions have been implemented to ensure smooth internet operations.
Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Nguyen has been working from home lately. She needs access to the internet all the time. Unfortunately, the network quality is not stable and has greatly affected her work. Nguyen is not alone. According to statistics, the total traffic transferred through VNIX, the Vietnam National Internet Exchange, has increased substantially by 40% during the pandemic. Network quality has become one of the top concerns among many, if not all, internet users. It's really necessary to improve the reception. Pricing should also be adjusted since the current demand is extremely high. A lot of people are working from home, so I think lowering prices will be more reasonable. In view of the situation, the Authority of Telecommunications has sent an official document to telecom service providers requesting network operators to boost investment and upgrade broadband infrastructure, increase domestic internet bandwidth, as well as expand regional and international network connectivity. At the same time, to increase the coverage of broadband to district and commune levels to meet the increasing needs. The Authority of Telecommunications has also required network operators to upgrade and ensure broadband connectivity in isolation areas, hospitals, and medical centers for COVID-19 prevention and treatment. As the pandemic continues to spread, businesses have taken several measures to support people and ensure communication. We are also directing businesses to report on increasing the fixed broadband capacity for people to study, work, and hold meetings online at lower rates. Network suppliers have implemented numerous customer support programs. For operators, Viettel, Mobile Phone, VNPT, and Vietnam Mobile have put in operation a program that gives 50% of data for all mobile packages to support customers in the combat against COVID-19. In addition, internet service providers have also pledged to increase the capacities from 1.5 to 2 times without increasing rates.
Đối với các trường học,
For schools and businesses, we have launched a 1-month free trial program with online learning and working utilities. In the coming days, we will continue to have special programs on the internet, call charges, data capacity to continue supporting customers during this time. In the face of the pandemic, both businesses and people's income may decline drastically. Therefore, such support programs from network operators have contributed significantly to the government's and community's efforts in the COVID-19 combat. Excellent network quality will certainly make users like Nguyen feel more secure in doing their work from home.
That has come to an end of FBNC News today. Thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for more updates on Vietnam. Thank you and goodbye.